They're not actually naked, they're not moles, and they're not rats. They are actually more closely related to guinea pigs and porcupines. My name is Sarah Bryce, and I am one of the lead zoologists here in the Children's Zoo. Naked mole rats are native to East Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, Somalia, kind of dry areas. They have a very, very complex social structure. It's kind of like bees or ants. They have one queen that has the babies, they have workers who dig the tunnels, and then they have soldiers who protect the colony. And that's pretty much unlike any group of rodents. If you look closely at them, you'll see that their eyes are really, really small. And that's because they live underground in the dark. They rely on their sense of touch, their smell, their hearing. They don't really need their eyesight. They can see light and dark, but otherwise they're pretty much blind. The main predator for the naked mole rats out in the wild are snakes. The soldiers will defend the colony as best they can to make sure that the rest of the colony members stay safe. Because they don't see very well, they recognize each other by their scent. After I clean the chambers, the very first thing they do is they run to the potty chamber and they start to poop in the potty chamber, and then they roll all in it because they get that scent all over them. That's how they recognize each other. They like to sleep in big groups. They don't really generate their own body heat as well as a normal mammal would. They rely on each other to huddle together in their little piles to stay warmer. They're one of the longest living rodents in the world. Rats and mice, they normally live 2 to 5 years. These guys can live up to 30 years. One of our individuals is 22 years old. They have very complex and long tunnel systems that can be over 1.5 miles long. They use their really, really big teeth to scrape away at the dirt, and then they use their back feet like little whisk brooms, and they push away all that dirt. They're really good at moving backwards. They move backwards just as well as they move forwards. It's pretty impressive. Here at the zoo, we feed them a variety of different vegetables, a little bit of fruits, some greens. In the wild, they basically rely on roots and tubers that are already underground, right? Because they live underground. So they just kind of gnaw on those plant parts that are already there. They're really resourceful and they conserve, which is something we all could learn from. They only eat what they need. They save those roots and tubers for later so that they have a meal for later. Naked mole rats are one of the most interesting animals we have here in the Children's Zoo, but they're kind of tucked away in the Underzone, which is a little bit off the beaten path. So you have to kind of look for it to find them, but it's definitely worth it.